Should you buy the Sony A7IV? I don't know. That is a tough question, but I'm gonna do my best to help answer it for you. Welcome back to another video, everybody. Thanks for watching. Today, we're talking about the Sony A74. I've owned it now for about the last week and a half, and I've taken it on 3 different professional shoots. So I'm getting a good understanding of what I like, what I don't like. I'm gonna try to share some of my experience with you to help you decide maybe if you're on the fence of whether or not you should pick one up. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm only going to be talking about video when it comes to the A74. I don't really care about photography as much these days, but just know, obviously it's a tremendous photography camera, but we're only talking video today. So to me, when it comes to purchasing a camera, it really comes down to 2 major categories of what you should consider. And that would be the user experience. So what does it feel like to use the camera? Does it inspire you? Does it motivate you to pick it up? Is it easy? Is it restricting? Do you have a good time shooting with it? And then the image quality. Obviously, what does the actual image look like out of the camera? And that's actually where I want to start, is the image quality. So it is sporting a 33 megapixel sensor, which captures the image in 7K and then actually down samples that to a 4K resolution output. All of that just really means that the image is sharp. And I actually really enjoy that, because although you can actually have an image be too sharp at times, there's a lot of ways that you can soften that up in post, or even throw like a diffusion filter on there to give it more of that bloomy filmic look. Now, probably the biggest upgrade from this camera from its predecessor, the A7 III, is the fact that it now can record in 422 10-bit codec, which is a total game changer. If you are used to shooting on an 8-bit sensor, coming to the A7 IV shooting 422 10-bit, it honestly changes everything. Now, if you're considering buying this camera, odds are maybe you're comparing it even with like the Sony A7S III, the FX3, FX6. For me, I've actually had the opportunity to pair it up with the FX9, which is Sony's flagship consumer level cinema camera. Honestly, to the untrained eye in good lighting, it's gonna be really hard to tell the difference between the image out of the A7 IV to the image from the FX9. I'd be even willing to say that maybe aside from like the Blackmagic cameras, the A7 IV is going to provide you the very best bang for your buck image. Now, I could keep talking about the image quality all day long, but I want to keep this video rolling. So let's talk about the user experience. And this has actually been an area where, although I'm a big fan of Sony cameras, I've always kind of felt like their user experience was subpar to that of, say, like Canons or even Blackmagics at times, Panasonic. So much of that has been changed in the A7 IV. Of course, we get the flip out screen, which is awesome, and I actually didn't realize how much I would enjoy using it. The menu systems are vastly improved in this camera as opposed to where it was in the previous models of the A7 III. And then this may not be the biggest deal or deal breaker for people, but it just feels really solid in the hand. And the build quality, it's good, not great, but I just mean like the shape and the feel in your hand feels really improved. Obviously, it's got Sony's famous eye autofocus and autofocus tracking system, which is pretty insane how accurate it is, especially paired with a Sony native lens. Now, there are some downsides. This is not the perfect camera. There are some limitations. Probably one of the biggest ones is the fact that it does shoot 4K 60, but that is a cropped version of 4K 60. I haven't found it to be an annoyance yet, although I can understand for people who maybe shoot like real estate or other niches of videography where you like really need that full width of the sensor, but I've been shooting so much recently in just standard 24p. So to me, having it cropped in 4K 60 is not a big deal. There's no 4K 120. So if you want to shoot 120, you have to drop down to 1080, but you still get 1080 at 422 10-bit. So I think the trade-off is good. So my overall thoughts for this camera is, if you're somebody who's been really eyeing, say like the A7S3, but you just don't have $3,500 to drop on a camera, I think you get like 90% or maybe even 95% of the A7S3 in the A7 IV. But I went with the A7 IV because I was somebody who just didn't have the money to drop on the A7S3. And so far, I've been super impressed and very satisfied. I'm not going over everything in today's video. Trust me, there will be many more A7 IV videos in the future, but if you have any questions, please let me know down below. And until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video.